Welcome to our regular board meeting of the Pontiac School District. Mr. Secretary, AK, I ain't gonna do that yet. Mr. Secretary, roll call, please.
Yes, sir. VP Bowman.
Present.
Trustee Craig.
Present.
Treasurer Davis Smith.
Present.
President Garrett.
Present.
I'm present, finally. And Trustee Hannah
Present.
and Trustee Terry.
Present.
Sir, you do have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. We're going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Need a motion on the floor to approve the agenda.
So move. Support.
So moved by Vice President Bowman, supported by Treasurer Davis Smith. Questions, comments, or concerns to the motion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes, sir. Trustee Craig.
Yes.
Sorry, Frank. Treasurer Davis Smith.
Yes.
President Garrett.
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Hannah.
Yes.
Trustee Terry.
Yes.
And VP Bowman.
Yes.
Sir, that approval 7-0.
All right, awesome. Thank you. We're going to move down to awards and recognition. We have several this evening. This is the part that I get excited about, sharing the good news of our district and also of our students and our family and those who support them. So we had this initial board and superintendent decided that we would start off every board meeting with this presence to tell our own story about who we have in our community and the family that's here to support them. So superintendent, we'll begin with you. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, this is one of the most exciting portions of our agenda. And as the board president stated, we recognize that we have some excellent talent in our district through our staff as well as our students. And we want to celebrate you all because you deserve it. You have done a phenomenal job in representing the district as well as the community. So today we salute you and we want to recognize a few of you today. The first one that we are going to recognize is Katana, and tell me if I said it wrong, McLeod, a certificate of distinction in recognition as the first patient care technician graduate to be hired by McLaren Hospital, Pontiac as a medical technician and for his acceptance into the Oakland Community College nursing program, given this 23rd.
Sir.
Go ahead, boy.
Yeah. Wow.
On January 2023 in Pontiac, Michigan.
Ah.
I am so proud of you and thank you for your accomplishments and representing the district.
Oh.
Would you like to say a few words? This is yours.
Oof, y'all gonna have to forgive me. I ain't exactly come prepared, but I just like to say thank you to my foundation, my support, which is my dad, Darryl McLeod, stepmother, Rhonda Breaker, my little sister. Although she's been kind of showing me up as of recently, and
All right.
She's been doing her thing.
Miss Jackson and Miss Manley, but I don't see her here today. But happy birthday, Miss Manley, if you're watching this. But yeah, thank you everybody.
Oh, this is for you. This is a little token of appreciation. That's why I do want to also recognize the parents. Without you all making sure that he stayed committed and driven, he would not be here in the support of the district initiatives. So thank you for always being there and the dedication as a parent to ensure that he moved through the program. Great accomplishment. We also would like to recognize Deja was recognized in the last board meeting, but she was not able to attend.
Okay.
We do not want to not recognize her because she's here today, Deja Jameson. We don't have your certificate, but it will be ready and we will get it to you ASAP. Her accomplishment with the first portion of the PCT state exam, she passed the skills portion with 100%, as well as the written portion 90%. So you go, girl. Would you like to talk?
Okay, well, thank you. I just want to start off by saying I'm very shy, but I wanted to get up here and say thank you so much to the Pontiac School District. And I want to thank Miss Jackson and Miss Beverly Manley and Miss Patricia Reeves. I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't taken the CNA route. I'm so happy that I'm able to do what I love and work in the healthcare field as I've always dreamed of. So thank you. I work at Woodward Hills Nursing Center.
All right, she already has a job. So thank you to the PCT team as well as our district coordinator for our career pathways, Dr. Sherman. Thank you all, because we would not be here without the commitment and making sure that our programs are organized. And thank you to the board for allowing this program to continue along partnership with Oakland University. All right, next, we would like to celebrate Taya Dinkins Goldsmith in recognition of being accepted into the National Equity Lab Honor Society and for being in the top 1% of students across the country in this distinguished class taught by Harvard professor at ITA. Given this 23rd day of January 2023 in Pontiac, Michigan. Is she here to receive? Come on up.
Obviously, I would like to thank my school district and my family. But as a whole, I think that accomplishing this, despite like 3 years of high school being virtual, so hard. Sorry. It just shows that you can still do great things with the Phoenix spirit.
That's right. Another certificate of distinction. Uh-oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, Soup.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Soup, sorry. You
Okay.
because you know sometimes you put this. Soup does a thing where we get weekly updates. We get weekly updates. We get updates on every single thing that's going on in the district. We are well informed. And a lot of times she'll say, oh yeah, we just got this acceptance, and she just throw a little FYI out there, right? And don't really get deep into it. So sometimes, like today is like the first time I'm really hearing with everything that's kind of going on, really kind of sinking in my spirit what we always believe, because we just fight all the time. But when you come up and do what you're doing, like it proves to us why when we going up and busting down doors for y'all and demanding people to have respect for us and demanding people to put y'all first, like this is what we're talking about. So you're giving us confirmation of why we should keep going, tearing down doors and kicking in and telling people that this is the Phoenix spirit and making sure that we can accomplish things and get things done. Yeah, we grown men, but we get excited about this stuff. We ain't just here to be here.
Yeah.
So that's it. I'll say them other comments, but Sue, you're right. Sorry, VP. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's absolutely right. And so we do have to give homage to the board who continues to fight the fight, as well as administration at the school level and at the district level. So, and I'm going to circle back and thank all of my parents that are here, because without you all, we would not exist. We thank you for entrusting your students with us. And this program is not found anywhere in Oakland County, but Pontiac School District. So that needs to be recognized as well. Next, our certificate of distinction. This certificate is proudly presented to Go Wong, and I hope I am saying it right. No, how do I say it? Wang? Okay. In recognition of being accepted into the National Equity Lab Honor Society and for being named valedictorian of the Poetry in America course for receiving the highest score in the country in this distinguished class taught by Harvard professor, given this 23rd day of January 2023 in Pontiac, Michigan. Please come receive your certificate and congratulations.
I would like to say thank you to my parents and the school district's continue achievement, wait, continue investment into student achievement. And that's all.
Thank you. Again, thank you to our parents for your commitment and making sure that they keep that drive and commitment to the coursework. Last, we would not be able to recognize these students if we did not have a committed staff member who goes that extra mile to ensure that the students receive what is needed to complete this poetry course with the Harvard University. I also want to recognize the building principal who welcomed this course and has made sure all of the resources were in place for the students to be successful. Today, a certificate of distinction. This certificate is proudly presented to staff member teacher Jason Dosh, who I have known for many years and worked alongside with him, in recognition for your years of dedication and excellence leadership in guiding our students to excellence in the National Equity Lab Poetry in America course, given this 23rd day of January 2023 in Pontiac, Michigan. Thank you so much for all you do.
Yeah, just real quick, I would like to thank the parents. The drive these kids have, like Taya said, being online for 3 years has been tough. Ms. McLeod can attest to that. It is a tough environment to navigate, and these kids came in and just killed it every time. That's the Pontiac spirit. So thank you. Thank you, parents. Thank you, board, for supporting us and letting us have this Poetry in America for the last 4 years.
Thank you. Your certificate. All right, thank you. That concludes this portion.
Okay, who's first up for comments? VP, go ahead.
Yes.
I wanted to say congratulations to all of you. This is, I tell you, I'm already so proud of my community and where I come from. And with young people like you paving the way, standing out front in the nation, Pontiac, Michigan is on the map more ways than one. And thank you, parents. Thank you, students, for trying. I appreciate you. It feels good to have Pontiac, Michigan on my birth certificate because I can brag on it a little bit. So thank y'all. Thank y'all so much and congratulations again.
Okay. Trustee Davis and Trustee Hannah.
I just want to say congratulations to all of you guys who have received an award today. You guys didn't only just, do it, but you did it. You excelled beyond our expectations, and I'm very proud of you guys, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Trustee Hannah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trustee Smith.
Oh, sorry. Congratulations again. You guys are great examples and leaders for your peers. So I'm happy with the examples that you're setting for the others. And for Ms. Taya, your sentiments is the reason why we do what we do. And we hope that all of our students will feel the way that you feel. So thank you so much. And thank you to Mr. Dosh for being innovative and thinking outside the box and bringing this opportunity to our students. Thank you.
Trustee Kraft.
I'd like to congratulate and thank everybody for making us look good. What you do, it reflects all over the state, or however you're representing Pontiac in the Pontiac School District. And I'd like to thank you for making me look good, especially you over there. You almost had me in tears. All right? Because I understand your struggle.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Terry.
Sorry. Once again, congratulations to all of the students. I'm wishing you the best in all of your endeavors you got coming in the future. all of the accomplishments you plan on doing. And I'm hoping that, you know, even through your busy lives, you can still come back, tell your story, let us know how things are going. Let us all give you that praise and worship and thank you again. And to the parents, I guess we can't say this enough. Thank you for all you've done. You know, all of your support, your sacrifices, the things you had to, you know, cut out, the things you had to let go, the trips you might have had to cancel to make that sacrifice for them. It means a lot to them. It means a lot to this community. It means a lot to this board. I'm sure I could speak on the board on that, to know that that commitment is still there in Pontiac. That there's parents out there that's still pushing their kids in Pontiac to be successful, to reach their goals, to accomplish everything they want to do in life. So once again, thank you, parents, and to all of the staff that has been in their lives, that has helped them get to this point in their lives, that they opened those doors, that gave them those opportunities. I want to say thank you. We couldn't have done it without you guys. So thank you for all of that support and all of the information and the dedication that you spent with them, the training, everything you've done. It means a lot to them and also to us to know that we have that type of staff that's committed to do that for our students, to push them, to see them succeed and become successful in life. So once again, thank you everyone that's been involved and played a role, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Gross.
Why didn't you let me go before him? Because he
Man,
said
listen,
everything I
bro.
wanted to say. But I heard exactly what you said, young man. What's your name again? Katal. You said something, and I picked that up. He thanked his family, and he said, and his sister is passing him. And I'm looking at her with a help me out. Stethoscope, whatever that is, around her. So so if she's passing him up, you're the next doctor in the house.
That's right.
And I was taught a long time ago. My parents taught my brother and my sister and I, they taught us that you have to establish a good relationship with your teachers and you have to be committed. So let's look at this circle. Great parents, great teacher, excellent child.
There you go.
So let's put that formula out in the community. Frank, blow the camera up here. Put it up here. Great parents, great teacher, excellent children.
Excellent children. There you go.
And as easy as it's said, it may appear to be difficult, right? But you guys make it easier. Look at what you're doing. So I'm gonna have to stand up to ask this question. So where my kids at? All of them. I have one question I want you guys to answer this at the same time. You ready? What school district?
Pontiac.
One more time. Last time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Soup, you have one more presentation.
Yes. We have been recognizing our trustees over the month of January. It is Board Appreciation Month. And we are honored to be able to recognize all 7 trustees continuously across the district. This is a thankless job. They have sleepless nights. They go above and beyond to ensure that this organization is running properly. And to this month, we want to just simply say thank you for everything you have done and all the accomplishments that this district has seen. And just a few tokens of appreciation has come from several of our schools. You have received a few, but today, right now, we have Peace Academy, and they are going to present you with another token of appreciation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Excuse me, man.
Hey, man, this ain't the time, man. We're getting off track. We're getting off track, man.
I appreciate you.
Thank you all so much for all you do.
Thank you.
This is so cute.
Wow.
Good evening. On behalf of the families and the students and the staff at Peace Academy, we just wanted to say thank you. My name is Mrs. Harris. I am the administrator, and I've always gone with it takes a village to raise children, and so it took a village to put these shirts together for you. I've always called the preschoolers the littlest phoenixes, and so one of my new and overachieving staff members found a picture of the littlest phoenix, and this is actually what the baby phoenix looks like. And then Miss Chauncey from Kennedy was able to put them together for us so that we could present them to you tonight. So thank you for all of you do, and you're welcome to visit the littlest phoenixes anytime. We're there all the time with very energetic people. So thank you.
All right, any comments from the board? VP? Okay, she's yielding you, Trustee Craig.
I'd like to thank you. Oops, I don't want to talk too loud, but I'd like to thank you. And I've only been on the board. This is my second meeting. I'm getting so much Phoenix gear and everything. I had nothing purple but a Laker jersey. So, but now, I thank you, and I will be visiting the school because I love the little people.
All right, thank you, sir. VP?
This is amazing. This is so awesome. I love it. I just Alcott, and we thank you, Alcott. Thank you, Peace Academy. Alcott got us other gifts, and Kennedy, thank you for the apron. So thank you. We this keeps us moving and going through life because we need these things. So we appreciate it. I know I do. Thanks so much.
Trustee David Smith. Thank you, ma'am.
I would like to thank everybody for the gifts. I really appreciate it. You guys know I love the little people, but I love all my students, but the littlest ones are my favorite. They are so sweet. So you guys got to go and visit them too. They're a lot of fun.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Hannah.
Thank you. I was just admiring the t-shirts when you guys came in, and I was just telling Miss Tisha, like, oh, those shirts are so cute. And then we got one. So thank you so much.
All right, awesome.
I'll be wearing
Trustee
my
Brooks.
shirt in March for Reading Month, and I'll be there. As you know, I'm retired, so I don't have nothing to do. Things, and I don't want to say that too loud to President Garrett, but I will be there in March. But we actually enjoy what we do. It's not just a thankless position. You had to think about it to run. But this group that's here, everyone at this table, right? Pontiac believed in us because we all ran unopposed. Nobody didn't want to run against us. It is not because we threatened them. No, I wasn't supposed to say that loud.
You're killing me right
No,
now.
no, it's because I truly believe that the community trusts what we're doing is what's best for them and our students. And it reflects in you and what you're doing. And it shows. And we thank you. And we will continue this fight, this journey, to ensure that we continue to get students like you and more. Our goal is to ensure that every child in this district leaves here with the best education that he and she can obtain or get and will have, no matter the circumstances. That's our fight. And if it means that we have to go out and do whatever we need to do to raise funds, to get money, to bring kids back, do whatever we need to do, and to ensure that our staff continue to be the best staff that they are, this board is going to do it. Because you're more precious than silver and gold. And never forget that. And that's why we do what we do. And I think I can speak on behalf of this entire board. So yes, we love what we do. And hey, we'll continue to fight because we love you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Trustee Terry.
I went before
you. Go ahead, sir. You have the floor.
Once again, I want to say thank you for all the gifts that we received. The gratitude and thanks, appreciation is awesome. It's nice to be appreciated and being thanked for the hard work that we do, the time that we put in, traveling, education. It does wear on you, but I can probably speak for the team right now and say that it's worth it. It's worth it for our students. It's worth it for this community. It's worth it for this district. I can truly say that. So just for those that didn't get a chance to see the shirt, I just want to put it up one more time so everyone can see the shirt. It says, "Even the little phoenix are flying high, transforming minds for a greater tomorrow. Peace Academy." So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I also want to say, we didn't get the bags. I'm sorry. We didn't get the bags. I probably can speak this for everyone. But we received wallets. We received wallets. So I want to say thank you for the wallets. I believe this was from Alcott. And then obviously, I believe you showed the apron, right? The apron. I want to say thank you for the apron. I believe that's from Kennedy. So once again, thank you, thank you. I appreciate everything. And I will be wearing this stuff. You see me out there in public. And yeah, I will be coming for the reading month as well. So thank you.
Oh, we know you going to Peace. we know where we know what you going over there. Listen, I know you guys gotta we're gonna take a little break after this to clear everybody out to take pictures and things of that nature, but you're just you are a prayer answered. And a prayer answered for me is such a confidence booster that I say this all the time. I will put y'all up against any kid in the country. Any kid in the country. I've been saying this since 2007. You put a Pontiac kid up against any kid in the country and you give them the right tools, they are going to dominate whatever they are and what they're doing. This is a prayer answered. I can give you my first video of when I said, put our kids up against anybody. Anybody. I don't care what color. I don't care where you come from. I don't care about your country. I don't care about none of that. You put a Pontiac kid in a competition, give them the fair amount of tools, the same that you do everybody else, and they're going to dominate. And you showing out, and it's just a prayer answer. And I am, thank you. I am grateful to the elders who are sitting there. Thank you for allowing us to be here. We are standing on your shoulders, understanding that we are the protector of your votes to get us up here. We're not just happy to be here. We're not just here because is this a good position to be in, or if this is the best position in the city to serve in. We will lead the city and turning our city around because of the succession plan that we have behind us. We'll keep teaching them. They'll keep teaching us. Dominate. Now that you know what you did in the midst of the worst storm you ever been in these last 2.5 years, you have no reason not to go and dominate the rest of your educational career. Dominate. Because Phoenix Nation, everybody around here, everybody in this room, we're here with you. You can call on us. We're reachable. We're touchable. But just keep doing it. Don't let nobody steal your dreams. Don't let these woulda, coulda, shoulda people steal your dreams. Don't let them talk you out of your vision. Don't let them walk you down and get to thinking about what I used to do. But what you used to do is what you can't do no more. You doing it. Don't let them, and then spread it. Spread it to your friends. He started at home. I'm gonna give it to my sister. And she came in the room like, yeah, that's my big bro right there. But yeah, we got some things going on. We got some things we got to accomplish, right? So we always talk about that one thing, right, that makes us happy, or the one things that's going on, and these one things that happen over in this place and that place. If we only do what we're doing for just one, it's worth it. And you made it worth it. So thank you. And I appreciate it. So As we always do at the recognitions, Frank, we're going to take a 10-minute recess and come back at 6:40 at this time. Okay? 6:40, we'll be back. Awesome.
Come make it take pictures, Gil. Come make it take pictures.
Yeah, if y'all wanted to take pictures, you want to stand up here and take pictures, Heidi, if this is something that y'all want to organize with them to take pictures, and then we'll be all set.
All of them are.
Yeah. There's some money in it. They give them a bag.
You know what?
Well,
Listen, when I turn 50,
I'm gonna wear this apron right in front of the microwave.
thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Make it look
Knock
good,
it out.
right? Make it look good, all right. So, yeah, come around while I go around.
Yeah, we'll go around there. We'll meet around first. Just get upset. I'll get
Otherwise, I'm ready. Yeah. All over the place. The word is we can get the word. Sure, come on, Gil, Troy. No, not really.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to do it. Right. I don't actually use it. Come on, son. How's your award? Yeah. All of you should do your initial awards. You get yours to come half.
And just so you know, she's my she's
All of this. He worked again. Hold on one second. Hold on. Wait. Oh, yeah, definitely. There we go. There he is. Come on in. There we go.
Stay right there.
It's just stuff like that. I want to make sure you and I get
Okay, Terrence coming in.
Hey, Terrence. There we go. Come on, man. Hold on one second.
No, he said he was. He was the next one.
You all about to get break? Look at Mark. Gotcha. All right. Everybody look at Frank's. It's fine. One more. Come on. Got it. Congratulations, everyone. Everything all right, right? Everything okay, right? No surprises.
No.
That is true.
That's a fact.
It's like Michael Jordan.
That's what I'm saying.
21 on red alert. 21 on red alert. It's a red alert. It's a red alert. I just laughed. I was trying to get
But you know what? I was getting you mixed up with the Terry that live on my own. On the same end. Philly Junior Terry or something like that. Yeah. Dinkins, Carolyn, Jenny Dinkins. Did you know Humphreys on the shelf? Yeah, I knew. I knew some shelves. I don't know. Maybe not. No, it was on Sabrina, Henry Shelton. No, I didn't know that. But I knew the other Humphreys that lived way down on the south side area. That's my uncle. That's my
We got a couple minutes, Frank. We got a couple minutes. Yeah. Man, no, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep us in touch. All right. Okay. I was waiting on the other folks to come. Thank you, Mrs. Terry, for coming. We appreciate you. Thank you for having us. Thank you. She always looking up like, say my name again. I don't know. I kind of stick with the traditions that keep me motivated. You know what I mean? Like, y'all better be glad I don't do 25 jumping jacks before every meeting. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure. Okay. All right, awesome. Welcome back. Again, thank everyone, the parents, everybody for who contribute to the excellence and the success of these students. We're going to continue to tell our own story. Those are at home. You don't have to be here, but you have to tune in. So you need to push that share, like, and subscribe button and follow us, because we have a lot of things going on and we need the community's support, and they need to be able to spread the word of what we have going on in the Pontiac School District. So you're going to share, you're going to like, and you're going to subscribe. You at home, you sitting here at me thinking that we don't see you. You going to share, like, and subscribe to the Pontiac School District Facebook page. And we're going to share some other things on this page so you can continue to support as you always support. So thank you. So those in the audience, thank you so much for being here. I'm trying to wonder, I asked that question at closing comments with the superintendent here. I want to ask y'all that right now. I'm going to ask y'all. Okay. We're going to bring the meeting back into order. We're going to move down to recognition of elected officials. Any elected officials in the audience? Okay, I don't see any, but I do see 6 trustees here. Good evening, trustees. Man, we had a time the first half of this meeting, boy, I tell you, didn't we? Okay, we'll move down to the consent agenda item. Need a motion on the floor for approval. So
Support.
moved by trustee Davis Smith, supported by Vice President Bowman. Questions, comments, or concerns? Oh, there is no discussion around consent agenda. Roll call, Mr. Secretary.
Yes, sir. Treasurer David Smith.
Yes.
President Garrett.
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Hannah.
Yes.
Trustee Terry.
Yes.
I am going to put a point of order
Thank
in
you.
here to put an abstention in for trustee Terry.
Thank you. That's what I was
All right. Continue the roll call, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, sir. VP Bowman.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Sir, 6 yes and
One
one
abstention.
abstain.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Want to move down to there's no information from the superintendent and administration. I did move us back to our regular working agenda as a board. So we will, if we don't have any items or discussion items, we still would have it as an agenda item or as an agenda title on the agenda. So if we did have business to discuss, we would know where to put it if there was an amendment to the agenda. So there is no discussion or action item under the regular working agenda. We're going to move around to the finance item report, monthly financial report, for November and December. I would like to welcome back Mr. Graham. Thank you for being here. And we were praying for your good health and wealth and strength. And Superintendent, the meeting is yours.
Thank you. At this time, I will defer to Mr. Graham to give our monthly financial presentation.
Thank you, Superintendent Williams, President Garrett, Vice President Bowman, Board of Trustees, community, and staff. I am presenting to you the November and December monthly financial reports. Unfortunately, I was ill last month, so that's why you have 2 reports this month. So I won't spend a lot of time on November because December actually is November plus a month, but I will go quickly through November. And so the cash flow, a very healthy $27.6 million. For those that remember when we had difficulty paying bills, that's a very positive outcome, $27.6 million. Next slide, please. Oh, do I have the thing here?
No, I got it. Just let me know.
All right. It's a little bit easier. So the cash flow, and the reason I do 2 charts is the first chart includes the tax anticipation note, which we use for borrowing. And then the second chart is what happens if we didn't have a tax anticipation note. So as you see right now, we've paid off the tax anticipation note for the year. So from now until probably June, these charts are going to mirror each other. But it does show we're at the point where we essentially do not really need the tax anticipation note for cash flow needs anymore. Obviously, there's still a financial impact of that for the financial statements, but that's a very positive outcome. Next slide, please. November, about $3.9 million in revenue received. Again, we received the majority of our property taxes in our summer months, July, August, and September. There's a small amount this winter due to the voter-approved slight increase. so that we can levy the full 18 mills for our non-homestead millage. Next, please. About $5.5 million in expenditures for the month of November, spread out through all these different categories. Next slide, please. And this is our income statement as of November 30th, 2022. You can see just under $45 million of revenue recognized, with just under $20 million of expenditures recognized. Next slide, please. Food service. Again, some of our revenues are lagged behind in terms of the majority of revenues. You can see the $3.2 million is federal. It does take a while to gather that information and get reimbursed by the federal government. So that's a little bit behind. So that you can see where the revenues come from, a little bit from the state, a little bit locally, but again, the majority of it is federal revenue through the free and reduced program. And you can see about $620,000 in expenditures to date through November. Our sinking fund, again, this is a cash flow. It's a rolling 12-month cash flow. As of the end of November, about $7.1 million sitting in the sinking fund. And then our bond issue, Series 1, about $823,000 recognized in revenues. And then you can see the spending, obviously, and we're going to have, after this, the bond update to show the what's been accomplished with this spending throughout all of our buildings. Next, please. Again, we did have the board approve the TAN for 2023. The first draw will likely be in June. And we did have an emergency purchase in August. We had to add an abatement contractor. The two abatement contractors were not able to keep up with the work, and we needed to keep moving to make sure that building would be open in time. So that was done at the end of in August. And we'll move on to December. I'll try not to repeat myself. So as of December 31, about just about $22 million in cash. Again, a very positive cash position. You can see the cash flow. And again, what I didn't mention maybe the last time in November is the red is a 21-22 school year, and I guess the blue, I'm a little colorblind, is a 2021. So just so you can see a comparison, and obviously you can see how much better we're doing and have been doing really over the last couple of years. Next, please. Not a lot of revenues coming in December, about $1.5 million. Majority of that is state aid. Spending about $9.1 million in expenditures. Again, the categories, as you can see here, and these are by what we call function code. So we have instruction, we have administration, we have maintenance, transportation, athletics, debt service. So those are some of the main categories. Next, please. So income statement, about $46.4 million in revenue, about $28.9 in expenditures. And I do compare the prior year-to-date number, so we can kind of track. Are we on track? Are we behind? Are we ahead? And some of these things do change just because of timing of things, but we're in very good shape on the revenue side of things. Expenditure side of things, we're actually in really good shape with salaries and benefits. So if this trend continues, then with the second budget amendment, we may be able to actually reduce some of those categories and hopefully increase our fund balance even further. So next, please. Food service, again, this is through December, and I know the January one will have a couple months of extra revenue in the January. So next month, you should see some increases in the revenue side of things. Next, please. Sinking fund, about $6.9 million. Again, in terms of the sinking fund, just as a reminder, we do have repairs that come out of the sinking fund. Repairs cannot be paid by bond dollars, so that's the one nice thing about having a sinking fund, is the ability to pay for repairs and not have to burden the general fund with repairs. But we also have some projects that are coming out of the sinking fund and will also continue to come out of the sinking fund. The science labs at the middle school and high school is a big one that is coming out of the sinking fund. And last year we had the teen health project that came out of the sinking fund. Next, please. Again, with the capital projects, about 27.5 million spent. And again, we're going to go over some of the results of that shortly. And we did have the board approve the Series 2 resolution for the bond sale that is likely to be this May. And that will fund the next set of projects for the district that we actually went over it in quite a lot of detail at our board retreat in December. And with that, I'm glad to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, any questions? Hold on, yeah.
Thank you, Soup, for the how you provide this information, because during my previous tenure as a board member, one of the most things that I hated was the budget. And that's probably because we didn't have any money. But I have a question. I was, of course, the news has it, and I don't know where we are if you have listened to the news. But according to news reports, is that the governor signed a bill or something to send monies for resource officers, over 25 million to the various school districts. And I know Oak Park was one to obtain monies. And I was wondering if we were part of that as well.
We have not received in this cycle. We have in the past, we had to apply for a grant. And so I don't know if they looked at each district to see where they are with their resources, but it is my understanding we have not received any additional funding for SRO officers. We did receive from Oakland County for one additional SRO officer, and that person is in place.
Oh, okay. What they were saying is if the various school districts in need, because of the situation that occurred in Oxford and throughout, that this monies would help. And they said a few, maybe I think 9 schools.
We were not
in Oakland County, and Oak Park was one.
Oh, well, that may be what we received from Oakland County as well, and
Could
that's
be.
what
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
I'll
You know what I'm
elaborate
talking
when you
Okay,
about?
finish. I'll
okay.
elaborate.
That was my question. If not, so if you don't know about it, then
No, only just what
Wow.
we received from Oakland County.
wow. Thank you.
Okay. So to elaborate on how we got the extra one was actually through Oakland County commissioners had special projects. Commissioner Powell used her dollars in her specific project to understand that what our need was, and then for us to take advantage of that opportunity. And that's where that dollar comes from. The dollars that you're speaking as far as school resource officers, a lot of local departments are now just getting school resource officers or being able to fund them because they were being funded out of the general fund, and had most of their officers had to be, because of the nutrition and officers and things that's kind of going on, people getting out of the, police officers getting out of the job, et cetera, they had to pull a school resource officer back into the road. And so now that allows certain communities like Oak Park, Lincoln Park, Oxford, some other people to actually pay for additional school resource officers, and it relieves their general fund of that resource. Pontiac has always had a school resource officer. Pontiac School District has always had that program. And then additional, when we had a PA 330 program was authorized by the state, we still got rid of, as that was removed during the emergency management time, well, that authority, because the local police department was dissolved at that time, we still kept the same process in which you now have a chief of security to lead that. So when we start talking about metal detector usage, technology, anything around security, you have a dedicated person who's a director over that. That is very unusual. That is very uncommon in other districts. I don't see why, but now all of a sudden it's now becoming the common thing. They're actually calling us, and we're leading that discussion on how do we protect our students? How are we protecting our administration? What are our protocols? How do we use technology interface with that? And how do we make sure that doesn't really hamper the day-to-day operations of the school district and the educational process of our students?
Thank you.
Okay.
A lot. Yeah,
All right.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thanks, sir.
Any other questions? Okay, thank
Any
you.
other question? All right. Thank you. We're going to move down now to bond presentation. And I think Mr. Graham, yeah, that would be the bond presentation.
Yes,
So,
I'm going to bring the whole team up here
Okay.
so you can see everybody that's doing the work here. I will let Juan kind of lead the slides because it was developed by his office because I don't want to miss something, but we will all jump in and be here for questions and answers.
All right. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
President Garrett, Superintendent Williams, members of the board, and community members, and everybody. Good evening. Starting with bid pack 10 for the monthly update. This is the same slide we've had before. The infrastructure started in June. Right now, we're still have some electrical components that we're really keeping a close eye on. Right now, we're hearing March on some of the pieces. As soon as we get those pieces, we'll be able to go with the final pieces of everything. We're still building. In the next slides, you'll see. Right now, we're still stating August, but we're really hopeful that that date stays true in March. It went from December to February, now March, for delivery of the distribution panels. Work is in progress, just pending that electrical equipment. So next slide is some of the pictures with the updates. Good news on the left end, that's the Detroit Edison transformer. That is done. So we got all that work done. That is complete. That is the new transformer for the building. On the right is upgrades to a classroom. So
I'm sorry, for the middle school, correct?
That is correct, middle
Okay.
school. That is correct. Yes,
I
sir.
just want to be specific on that. Okay.
So that is an update to the classroom. It's painted. That's no floor in that one at that picture. That was a week ago. New ceilings, new lights. Next slide will show you the flooring. That actually on the right is the flooring in those classrooms. So we have people installing flooring, and end of this week, I believe we'll have even more people installing from the contractor. The left side is the corridors, and I believe this week the ceilings are starting in the corridors as well. WHRC, that's the multi-purpose room. What's different in there is the one on the left shows you the ductwork has all the cuts in it. You can also see on the right, you have the new drywall is above the stage. So exciting. I know Mr. Spencer, I think he took a tour last week, and he was really excited with the space. It's a beautiful space. This is the last piece for instructional for classrooms. This is the east wing, which we call H&J. This is following behind the structural deck replacement and roofing that was added. That is last week flooring that started, and you can see how far it is on the left. Lights are in, ceiling grid's in, painting is in progress. Some areas are done, but it's mainly in progress. Flooring is going in on the right. So even where we are today, that is probably about 4 working days old. On the left is your kitchen servery, which we are scheduled for inspection with the state electrical on Thursday. So then after the inspection, we can drop tile and then finish the kitchen, really just get out of that space for the most part. To the right is the cafetorium. That's exciting as well to see the lights on, the ceiling grid done, which means the brand new sheet metal and mechanical unit and all the deck replacement is done above all those light fixtures. So that's good to see as well. So drop in tile Friday, Monday, Tuesday, get that dropped out, clean up and get out of the space and clean it up real nice. Look done. These are the brand new corridor that we created going to the multi-purpose room. That's in the existing gym portion. So that is the toilet rooms to the right. That is brand new corridor, brand new toilet rooms. It's a nice space. This is the area that was previously occupied. This is the north wing. The very first slide of where we had flooring going in, and I was explaining that it's about 4 days old, that picture. That's what this will look like very shortly. In about a month, that will look like this. So you got, that's the new lockers, the new floor. If you recall, I know Mr. Spencer isn't here now, but that where the lockers sit, that is where that depression in the floor was. So it wasn't really a functional space. IDS did a great job designing to infill that space, and now it's kind of open collaboration a little bit and the nice lockers. So you'll be seeing that in the east wing very shortly.
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm noticing because I took a mental picture of how it looked before when I used to go in there.
Yes.
And I can see how bright it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the things that we talked about, because it was very dark in WHRC. Through those hallways. Am I right?
Cut your mic off.
Oh, sorry, Frank. And it was extremely dark, but I'm seeing this, and it makes it a lot better, even just with lighting.
Yes.
Yeah, and the color of the floor and the walls. Great job, man.
So brand new LED lights.
Oh, man.
All IDS is designed. It looks really nice in that space. This is bid pack 30. It's still the high school infrastructure. The majority of this will take place once the middle school goes back to the middle school. Then a lot of the architectural upgrades can occur. But a lot is happening in the tunnels with mechanical, with the chiller pipe, the electrical pipe. So a lot of that front end work is getting done. It's going really well with the work going on during in the tunnel. So bid pack 14 really is in order to finish, that's the middle school. In order to finish the high school, the west end by the office leading to the gym, if you recall, there was a 25-foot structure that we have to add for the drainage. The good news is it started today, finally. So that piece of material came in. We have that starting. So then that spring, everything can follow behind. With the warm weather, it might be before spring, but we'll be following behind the structure and then getting that all cut out and getting that all completed this spring. This is the middle school, high school. So the high school will follow behind with the bid pack 13 when everybody's out back to the middle school. However, the middle school science lab is just ready for floor. And I believe they're starting this Friday with flooring in there. Space looks great. Cabinets are in. It looks really nice in there. Big upgrade. Theaters, seats are in. Beautiful floor, beautiful stage. It's all refinished. So just waiting for an inspection on that. I have to check with my team on where we are with that inspection.
Is that inspection from the state or the city?
That's the state.
Okay.
And they've been working. The state's been working great too with us. So here's the high school gym and floor. Per the base bid documents, it's complete per the bid documents with this project. The floor is in, beautiful. You can see outside the key in the 3-point zone. It's a tinted wood floor, kind of like you see with Oakland University and other places. It's really nice. IDS has designed brand new lights. Those lights were not scheduled until this summer. Now, supply chains, they were able to get the lights. That is all installed. That is complete. So again, you can see the lockers have PHS on it. Beautiful space. And I know we have a future potential, another bid pack on potentially additional work for that space. So.
Pause, please, before he go into a convulsion over here.
No, I'm just asking the question that the people are asking. So, including myself. So, are we looking for towards a grand opening soon in the gym to actually where they could physically play in there?
I can answer that.
Thank you.
So we are going to have a soft opening for the first home game, February 9th.
Okay.
And then we will have a grand opening once bid packet 2 is completed, which includes our interactive scoreboard, sound system, and a few other things. And so that will be a huge grand opening once that's completed.
Okay, and make sure I get that date, because there are many people in the community who would actually want to attend the grand opening, like a ribbon cutting or something.
Yes, so that will be a little later, but
That's
the
fine.
soft opening will have just a simple flyer out saying, soft grand opening with new additions or renovations to the gymnasium at the high school.
Excellent, because the community is ready.
Right.
And I'm looking, the community is looking forward to seeing this, and we're all excited.
The next board meeting, the February meeting, we will have the bid pack for a board award for the categories, as Superintendent mentioned, including the concessions area also. So all that will be brought to you at the next meeting.
You can bring it tonight.
Okay.
We're vetting all the
you ain't
bids.
got them votes
so,
for that.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Thank you.
So we clear. Community, those at home, we have a soft opening on February 9th. Soft opening. No bells, no whistles. Come to the game. But even in the state of where the gym is, the pictures, great pictures. Probably you shot that with a Canon. Maybe Nikon. But it doesn't. I walked over there today. I like to walk and see and pray, right? I can do that. I'm not a student. Yeah, right. Okay. That's what I've been doing since '07. So to walk in there and to see it, and I'm gonna save this so when people can visually see it. It ain't nothing like you ever seen before. Right now. And it's not even a finished product. So let's understand that this is not a finished product. I had a jealous student put something out because they didn't get a chance to play on it. And I told him, "You gonna come back and help the basketball team." He was like, "All right, OG." So it is absolutely amazing. So soft openings, like soft opening like a restaurant. You're gonna go, we're just trying to figure out if things work. And how the potential of when we fully open it up, that grand open ribbon cutting ceremony, what that looks like. So soft opening on February 9th, soft. So if there's a screw out of place or a piece of dust up under the bleachers, it's a soft opening. Okay. All right. So you can tweet that, put that out in your comments. Please follow, like, and share. Thank you.
It's exciting as well because just being in this space, and even my staff they work really hard with everybody in the team on this, but some of the students, you'll see them peek their head in. You're not supposed to, but the reaction, we don't mind because the reaction the students have, I mean, some of them are almost in tears. They see the space and just that makes it all worthwhile because I have staff they're pretty wore out. And when they see that, they even told me that even seeing Mr. Spencer, how he reacted at WHRC and seeing the space, and he said that really, really made it all worth it because it is, there's a lot of people working a lot of hours on it. So it is nice to see the reaction. It's a beautiful space. It really is.
Okay, hold on one second. We had a question comment?
I don't really have a question, but
okay.
I think I'm more excited than the kids. I'm a 29-year basketball official, high school official, and there's nothing more exciting to be on a brand new floor, and a brand new floor, especially in the school that I actually went to, and to see the change in it and everything. I mean, we got to give our school district and you guys a round of applause for, I'm excited, and I got to move my game around. I got a game at Avondale on that day. So I got to convince my assigner, but thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
I just have a couple of things to say. One, it's real easy for us on the team sometimes to forget how far we've come. We focus on the problems on a day-to-day basis and try and solve those. But when you go into the auditorium or the gym or the little theater at the high school, and even me at WHRC to see the transition from when I started last April till now, it's quite astounding. It's not just that it's brighter, it's cleaner, it's just altogether different. And when I go to those buildings, I usually ask how many people are working each day because I need to gauge how far we're going to get. And in the last couple weeks, there's been around 75 people working at the middle school and 75 people working at the high school or at the WHRC. That's a lot of people coming in. You also ought to know that they have been working weekends at WHRC and the middle school, trying to make sure we make the dates that we promised you. Unfortunately, there's been some issues that are somewhat out of our control, but I want you to know that we're trying everything we can to find ways around different things. So,
Thank you, Jim.
All right. Thank you.
So here's the waterproofing project, which is right outside that gym. For people that weren't at the previous board meeting from last month or the month before, that is all new metal panels. You can see on that it was really old deck before. It was all rusted out and it leaked. So IDS did a great design on how to behind those metal panels. In addition to the metal panels, cameras are reinstalled. And the nice part, the picture to the left, just beyond that orange fence, is the 25-foot structure that ties everything together. And that'll be really what never really existed out there. So it'll be nice to get that complete and tied in and pumped out. So, and there's our contingency update that we as a team look at closely every week
I'm
on
disappointed.
where we are with change orders and contingency to make sure that everything's good. There's our schedule, just to summarize. And I think there's one more that may be the supply chain. Yep, there's lead time. Lead time's getting strange. I mean, electrical's still way out there. Overhead doors are still like 24 weeks, which we're paying close attention for concessions. It sounds like that one's 12 weeks. But there's some products that it's still, supply chain is still an issue for some. Some things get better, then some things get worse. About a year ago, it was paint buckets, believe it or not. There was a shortage on paint buckets for about 2 months. So it's just, it's kind of all over the place. But I think that's the last slide. Any questions?
Any
When
questions for the board?
When Juan showed you the construction schedule, we also meet on Mondays to talk about other schedules because it's not just the construction schedule that we worry about. There's environmental things that have to happen. There's cleaning that has to happen. There's kitchen things that have to go in. So we coordinate that together as a team on Mondays. So I don't want you to think that the Bart Mallow is turning things over on one day and we haven't thought about all the other things that have to go into that. Marvin and Rob have been great to make sure that there's time in that schedule to try and make sure that when you move in, that it's pretty easy on your part. I think the first at WHRC were the ladies that moved in just after the holidays, and I really didn't hear a whole bunch of cold issues they did. But by and large, I think it was pretty smooth, and that's our goal to do that. Also, that IDS has been moving ahead with the projects that you have given us the go-ahead already, Rogers and Harrington, and we're maybe going to do an equipment bid ahead of time so we don't end up with the issues that we had this year. We're also moving ahead with the design on the windows and doors at WHRC to see when we can move that ahead. So there's a whole bunch of other pieces that are happening other than just this update.
Okay. Any other comments? Trustee Hannah, go ahead. Thank you.
Hi, Juan. I just want to say to you and to the team, we know that we've not had a lot of these renovations and upgrades done to our schools in a long, long, long time. But as you can see, this has been very important for us, very important for our students, for our families, and even some of our teachers that have been working in our district that even attended school in some of these buildings. So this has been very important for us. So I thank you for making this a priority to get this done.
Thank you. The team's been really great. Everybody has, and there's a lot of other team members that aren't really fill up a lot of space, but there's a lot of people on the team that make it all happen.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. VP?
I as well wanted to say thank you. Our students and our community deserve a beautiful space to be in. Thank you all for the hard work that you're doing and presenting a beautiful space for our babies. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Really understanding the hard work that goes into it. We have dedicated a committee that would be wrapped around and designed and have responsibilities. And one of the responsibilities of that committee will be this bond project. So we will give further information to the community as we sit down and discuss it at board governance, how we wanted to look and roll that out. This is the working time of the board, as I self-proclaim, as they're looking at me with the snarling faces. So we'll definitely get that information. We clearly understand the situation that we're in, but thank you for hearing us and continue to do the work of our students. As you heard this evening, we have some national champions that need to be proud of where they come from and what they need to and how they represent. And when they do that, they also represent you. So we don't take that lightly. So thank you for this presentation and this update, and we'll have more to come soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to move down to General Counsel Human Resources. There's no discussions or action items, neither for curriculum or instruction, and we don't have any for operation and maintenance. We move down to communications, petition, and delegations. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. No, I'm just, listen, man, If you want to play with your mic during the middle of the meet, bro, that's not. Hey, bro, you trying to test one, two? They start, man. You've been acting real strange since they said something about the gym is gonna be open. You testing my head. Welcome to Phoenix. Like I'm like, what is this guy doing? What is he sitting there practicing? Okay, announcer. I'm sorry. That's cool. I just caught it. It's cool. I'm just saying I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? If you're practicing, I'm just okay with it. Madam Vice President, do we have any communications, petitions, or delegations?
We have one.
Okay, we do have one.
Your request to address the Pontiac Board of Education for 3 minutes is granted with your commitment that all comments will be delivered with courtesy and civility. Your failure to do so will result in the forfeiture of your allotted time. Mr. Marcus Terry.
Ms. Wright, if you could please start the clock right now. Man, when I tell you, you give him something, he doing it. I appreciate him so. I really do. That's it, man. Come on, man.
Oh, good evening, everyone. On behalf of Accent Pontiac, I would like to let everyone know there's a event coming up, and you can come out and support and sponsor Accent Pontiac. It's called Music for the Soul. I have a bulletin up here. You're welcome to come and look at that. There's a QR code you can scan as well, and I also have some flyers. So these funds are being raised to help Accent Pontiac students throughout the school districts as they learn through music and instruments and collaboration. So if you have any time and you're free, once again, I'm just gonna say this is on a Sunday, March 5th at 4 p.m. You can go online and tickets are starting at $30 if you would like to come out and support. So thank you, Accent Pontiac.
That's what I'm talking about. See, when you got school board trustees, man, did you just do that? I saw that. Never mind. I was just about to compliment you on that, man. No, honestly, seriously, when you have school board members, so he's an actual board member that sits on Accent Pontiac. They ask for us as a partnership if we can have a board trustee represent the board or just school district period on the board, right? And so because my professional business is in the same office as Accent Pontiac, I get to see the daily work of what they do with our kids in the district. And for what they've done over the years, and if you ever seen them perform, where there's the bucket band, the brass, and the string, the drummers, it is amazing, and I can clearly see what's about to happen. So that's what we call partnership in the feeder program. That's what we call people coming in grassroots, starting something from nothing, and then bringing it back up, and then being inclusive, not trying to take over, not saying that or faulting us for what we don't have. They said, you don't have it, we're gonna build it, and they built it. And so that beautiful auditorium that you see, and we'll go take a look at it. I really do think, and I'm just gonna put this out there to the administration and staff, that we give the privilege of Accent Pontiac to those who taught these kids how to play instruments and have that they get a chance to perform in that auditorium. That's their space. That they get to say, hey, listen, we were the first ones, to tell their kids. I started out in bucket band, and then now made my way to brass, and we performed in the new auditorium that was dedicated to us. And so I applaud them. And Trustee Terry, thank you for being an ambassador for them and then being a pillar, because they are more engaged in the community, and with your efforts and being on the board, it really does help when other people partner with us and do that work, right? So thank you, sir. Any other communications, petitions, or delegations?
We're all done.
Okay, awesome. I appreciate it. We're going to move down to board comments and announcements. You know what, Trustee Curran? Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Press. Okay. I like to do my comments, start my first comments and real comments, I guess. I'd like to congratulate, again, the awardees that came down here today. And like I said, they make us look good. And, I'd like to thank their parents also. I didn't mention them, but, it takes the parents to get them there and push them and feed them and nurture them into this. So they're making us proud. And that's one thing, that's one bright spot here in our school district that I'm really proud of. And I'd like to move on to gym. The gym. I've been bugging people, asking people, when are we going to be able to go in there? I'm just so excited. Like I said, I'm a 29-year basketball official, and it just really excites me to go back to my old roots and stuff and going to the gym and stuff where, this is where I grew up. And to see this and know our kids and my kids will be able to take advantage of this and have the same things being put on an even playing field as the other kids. You don't know, I go to different gyms and different school districts and stuff, and I see the difference. And now we're on an even playing field along with the Clarkstons and the Lake Orions and all of that, with the far as facilities. And last but not least, I missed mentioning Dr. Eccles, for her service. I believe this might be her last meeting. I'm not sure. But if it is and everything, we'd like to thank you for your service. And I'm giving it straight to you from here, from me. And you're welcome to come back anytime. I mean, we have Dream Cruise. We're planning on sitting up there, hanging out there for Dream Cruise this year and everything and stuff. You're not a stranger. You're just going away from us. You're always a Phoenix. Okay, and thank you. And that's my closing comments.
All right. Thank you. Trustee Hannah, you good? You good? Okay. Trustee Treasurer David Smith.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thanks again for all my gifts. I really appreciate it. It's an honor to be a board member and able to give back to our city. I wanted to say when I started my journey as a board member, it was as a parent's perspective. My children graduated from Pontiac School District, and so I cannot express enough the importance of the parents' participation in the children's education. Tonight, awards and recognition showed me the student achievement was based partly on their parents' support in their education. It takes a village to raise a kid, but it starts at home. And again, congratulations to the students that received their awards tonight. And I thank you all. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Trustee Treasurer David Smith. Yeah, Trustee Terry, good evening. Yeah, you go ahead. You go behind that. Yes. Yes, you will. Yeah, you different, but go ahead.
Once again, good evening. Some closing comments. Congratulations to all of the students, their awards and the recognitions, all of the support staff that's behind them, the parents, the staff. So congratulations. And like I said, I wish you the best in your future endeavors. And don't forget about us. Please come back, visit us, give us some updates, let us know how things are going. Maybe come back, talk to some of the students, reach out to some of the peers and stuff. So looking forward to that as well. Let's see, what do we got next? The reports. I want to say thank you for the reports. It's always good information to have. I know my trustee down there didn't like the numbers and stuff, but I enjoy looking at the numbers. So I enjoy seeing the reports and keeping track of things, and we're on the right path. We're on the right path. So let's continue that path, continue to work and continue to push Pontiac forward. In regards to the appreciation gifts, I want to say thank you for all of the gifts that I have received. This is from everyone, the staff, teachers, students, admins, the chairs is nice. I'm waiting to put those to use in the spring and in the summertime. So appreciate that. And obviously the t-shirts definitely being worn. So thank you again for all of the gifts. And I think at that note, I think I'm all set.
All right.
So,
Good evening. Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Trustee, secretary, MC, announcer, Trustee Kevin Gross.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Tonight was a good night. And we are seeing the fruits of our labor and how well that we're doing here in this district with our children. This is what we're all here for. We sit at this table to try to implement whatever we can to ensure that our kids are getting the best. And the ultimate goal is for them to be successful. Mr. Graham, I enjoy your reports now. I said back in the day, I couldn't understand a blankety blank thing that they were saying back in the day, but you have made this much easier for me, and I actually enjoy hearing that. And I told the superintendent that too. I don't like the numbers. No, you know what? I want to say, and this is important to me. First, before I go into that, I had the opportunity to see the new vans, although I miss getting in the vans and riding with you guys. They are beautiful, gorgeous, and the design is excellent.
Yeah.
And I, oh man, I didn't have a key soup. I was gonna grab it and take it for a spin. And but the vans are beautiful, and thank you, job well done. And it's excellent what we're doing. I want to say to our community, although this position appears to be difficult, and at times it is, but because of who we are and what we bring to this table, we make it appear to be enjoyable. Number one is we consider ourselves a family here. Listen, you think we're having a good time at this table, be with us when we go away together. I'm not talking about some of the, but when we're away together, we stay together. And we have the opportunity to meet people all over the United States. But we always come back together because we see each other as a family. I'm glad that Mr. Kraft is here, and he's actually his family. No one knows this. He's my first cousin. Our moms were sisters.
Oh, they know.
They know? Okay. Yeah.
They know.
It's a big family. And so you have 3 Kraft family members on this board. And I'm glad that the others here, that we consider our family as well. And Soup, you're part of this family as well. You are. And I truly enjoy being on the school board. It was difficult to say that years ago. Mr. Garrett and I can both attest to that because we quit. But now it's actually, that's right. It's enjoyable because of what you guys, and the reason I'm saying this, I missed when you guys were sworn in due to technical difficulties that I was having at home. But I wanted to say to the 5 of you, congratulations. Thank you for coming back. You guys are wonderful to work with. And I'll lastly say, I love each and every one of you. And I look forward to continue to serve with you. And if my wife let me, I'll run again in 2 years. But I thank each and every one of you for being here because you bring excitement. I was excited. I got here an hour early because I'm excited to be with you. And I enjoy each and every one of you. And I thank you. Any questions for me? I know.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Madam VP, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you, Kevin. That's a good one to follow.
Yes, sir. I know it. I'll try to.
I'll be short and sweet. Pontiac School District is just amazing. Each week we have these meetings. We all are presented with a wealth of information and just some fantastic students that continues to pave the way for this community and to show that Pontiac, we are Phoenix Nation. So thanks to everybody. I truly enjoy serving in this position, in this capacity, and continue to be safe and be mindful of how you treat people because you never know what someone's going through. So have a good night. Be safe. God bless.
Thank you, VP. I appreciate it. I think my trustees have said it all. Being proud is an understatement. My prayers are always answered. Maybe not when I want to, but they are. And I got to see tonight answered prayers. So I'm going to focus on that. Because everybody don't see it. Like everybody don't get to see their prayers answered. At least they don't think that they do. I think we're not sensitive enough to watching what we ask for. Sometimes we can be in a tendency of asking for so much that we don't see the small things. And these things in my mind are not small. But I will say this. I'm able to go across this country and talk about Pontiac School District because of the men and women, not just at this dais, but that's in this district. That means something to me. And I'm going to protect that at all costs. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't you protect national champions, students who are becoming nurses, who are passing state exams out of high school? Why wouldn't you protect that? Why wouldn't you feel that? And if you can't feel the reasoning and rationale about what they put before us, and when that young lady said the Phoenix Spirit is with us, and like, maybe you shouldn't have went over there. Need a motion on the floor to adjourn.
Support.
So moved by Trustee Gross, supported by Trustee Bowman. Questions, comments, or concerns to the adjournment? Hearing none. Roll call.
President Garrett,
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Hannah,
Yes.
Trustee Terry,
Yes.
VP Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
and Treasurer David Smith. Sir, 7-0. And your
Thank
time
you.
is?
7:31. Don't forget, follow, like, and share. Follow, like, and share. Keep that in mind.
Thank you, sir.
God bless y'all. Good night.
What a good meeting.